What's up, everybody? It's Mojo Monday, coming at you with Rob Chavez. Stay tuned. Okay, so I've been thinking more and more about this over the last couple weeks. Why is it that some people write their goals down and they knock them out of the park, and year after year they hit them and they keep setting bigger targets, and then other people write their goals down and then never hit those goals, and then write the same goals down the next year and then never hit those goals, and then they're in this loop of always underachieving their maximum potential. And I've been reflecting on this a little bit because I've been thinking about health goals, right? I talked a little bit about the 4-hour work week and, the 4-hour body. I like the 4-hour work week as well, 4-hour body last week. And I realized that, nothing happens until there's enough pain, right? Nothing really happens until you either get frustrated, tired, dissatisfied with whatever it is that you're not comfortable with, and you say, that's enough. I will no longer tolerate that standard, right? For me, it is the pain my body's in. Over the last, I wrestled Division I in college. I put my body through some serious pain. Over the last decade, I've focused a lot on building a business and not enough on my health, not as much as I should on my health, right? I'm generally a pretty healthy person, but it hasn't been a focus, right? Why? Because the pain wasn't there. But then you turn 45 and you're like, wow, those love handles are a little bit bigger than they were a few years back, or my neck hurts, or man, my knee hurts, it shouldn't hurt. And then you reach a point and you're like, I'm changing, and I'm smart enough to realize that you just can't do it all at one time, right? That this is incrementally just has to be built into your life. It's got to be part of your routine. It has to be a daily focus of what you're doing and what you focus on. It's not like, okay, I'm going to go on a crash diet, or I'm going to work out like a monster for the next 60 days, and then I'm going to slack. It just has to be part of your life. And I want to be able to move, right? I expect to live past 100. But I want to make sure that when I'm living past 100, that I can function and walk well and move well. And at the pace and the trajectory that my body is telling me it feels right now, it's not going to be the case unless I change something. Unless I change either the way I'm eating, the way I'm working out, the way I'm stretching. So change only happens when there's enough pain there. And I feel like that's the case for a lot of people on real estate teams or building a business, right? They don't figure it out until there's enough pain, or they don't accomplish their goals because somehow deep down inside they're comfortable, right? And comfortable is not a good place to be, because comfortable actually means you're falling behind, means you're dying, means that you're achieving less than you can. And if you're just staying still, you're actually falling back, right? Because people are going to be surpassing you. Nothing happens until you feel the pain of dissatisfaction, whether it's financially, health, in a relationship. There's got to be something that essentially is kind of your rock bottom, what you would consider your rock bottom. And then from there, an awakening happens, a growth happens, and it leads you to another level. Some people never find that awakening, unfortunately. They just they're in this downward spiral, right? The momentum has gone the opposite way. But all it takes is just a little momentum to flip it the other way. And it has everything to do with thinking and standards, where you're just like, that's it. This is not acceptable to me anymore, and I'm going to make a change, and I'm going to do something about it. And then I'm going to bake it in and weave it in to the fabric of my life so that it becomes a new standard, a new habit, right? So what new standards and new habits are you going to set for yourself in the coming year? What is it that you should no longer tolerate in your business or in your life? I think it's important to ask these questions, right? I think it's important because what you're doing today is going to have a monumental impact on where you are 10 years from now, on how you feel about yourself 10 years from now, and how your business looks 10 years from now, what your pocketbook looks like 10 years from now. So you got to make those changes today, even if they're small, these small incremental changes. So I'll leave you with that. If you've got anything specific that you know that you're working on, that you're just like, you know what, I will no longer accept the standard in my life, comment below. There is nothing more powerful than social, pressure to be like, okay, I've now made it public and I'm going to change it. So what are you going to change? Talk to you later. Bye.